Hi friends, well, it's that time again for me to put out a one-of-a-kind journal kit, and the one that I did last month is still in my Etsy. I put more pictures to show what was in there, but this one is a little different. It's got a lot of the same elements, kinds of elements in it, and I'm first going to show you the papers. Now this time I am including my own digital. I can't just send you a digital set from someone else. That's not allowed. If I were to make it into a journal first and then send it to you, that's okay. But it's not allowed to send someone else's digitals just like this. So what I've done is made digitals of my own, and this is from photographs that I took at a dahlia farm several years ago, and it made beautiful digitals. And on the back of each page I have printed a solid color. Okay, so you can put these in any order you want. I don't have these in any particular order, so I'm just going to show you this one. I thought these turned out so cute. It's supposed to be a watercolor effect. I think this is so pretty. That's the back. Put a peek on there. I love this one. This dahlia farm is in Oregon, where I used to live. And I will trim off these. For some reason, on some of these pages, it would not print all the way over to one side. So I will trim those off. So pretty. I love all of these. I think they're so pretty. I am going to make a journal with these myself also. That was kind of a picture of the whole field, part of the field. It's a huge place. And I will cut this little piece over, this little strip here also, because when it went through my printer, when I printed this side, it made a little black mark. So I'll just trim that little piece off. It's okay if some of the pages are a little bit shorter. This one is so pretty, I think. And on this one, I'm going to leave that, and this has a real, I might try reprinting this. Because what you could do is cover that with a tuck spot on the edge of the page. This is a very, very light back. You can hardly see it, but it is, probably doesn't show up on the camera. But it's there, it's just very, very pale. And I might just try to reprint this page. Okay, and then this one. Okay, so there's, I think there's 12. Let's see, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Yeah, there's 12 pages. So that'll make a good signature. And if you want to make 2 signatures out of it, you can do that. And I included some plain papers. These are like copy paper weight. So I'm going to include 2 pages of each color in case you want to make 2 signatures. So there's 2 of the green, 2 of the pale yellow. Comes out white on the camera. That's weird. This is a yellow. I don't know if that shows up better, but it is yellow. It's very pale. And pink. That color's pretty true coming across there. I don't know what it is with the yellow. But, okay, so there are the pages. And I'm going to leave that one kind of wonky because I'm going to try and reprint that page. See if I can get it to come out without a black spot. Okay, there's the pages. And then I always like to include ephemera and embellishments. So there's a little packet of ephemera in here and a couple paper clips that match the colors. This ephemera here, little pieces, fun. And some of these little pages out of here you can put on the backs of tags or whatever. Okay. Then this pack has some bows and washi tape, or washi stickers, flower stickers. Flowers, and there's some like fern type leaves, few leaves in here, and flowers. And then this little packet of flat back pearls. And this little bag has a couple charms and some bulb pins and some of Tim Holtz's tiny paper clips in there. Okay. And then I included some of these flowers. I love these. I'm running very low, so I need to get more. I think you get these these are Hobby Lobby, I believe. Last but not least, I have, oh no, this is not last. Let me show you these. This is more ephemera. This is a journal card that I made. These are things that I already had made. And you can use them or not use them, whatever you want to do with them. This is something I got from someone. That would be great. Put on the back of a journaling card. It's a tag. And I'm including this. I had bought this box of cards at a thrift store, and the colors go. And so if you wanted to put this in your one of your signatures as a page, you could do that. Just sew it right in there with them. You could put it in the middle, or you could put it anywhere you want. And you could cover up this thanks with something else. So I'm including that. You can use it or not use it. I'm just putting in a ton of stuff, and you can use whatever you want. These are like page edges that go on the side of your page. Like this would be good on that page I showed you that have the boo-boo on it. You could just glue this down on the edge like this, and then it becomes a tuck spot on your page. Okay. Same with this. You just glue down this part of this on the edge of your page, it becomes a text spot. This one does not really have a direction, so you could put it on this side of the journal if you wanted to. Glue it over here or this way. Either way, any way you want to do it, it works either side. This is just like a little pocket or journaling card. This is a cluster that you can also use on the edge of your page, or you can glue it on the top and have a top text spot like that, or you can use it as a pocket on the bottom of your page, however you want to use that. There's some more little clusters you can use on your pages. There's another one of those page edges. And this one, I don't think it really has a direction either. I like to use these on the right side. So this comes out like this, and this goes along the edge of the page. So you would just glue there, and then you've got a cute cut text spot there with that. And this one is directional unless you want your butterfly flying upside down. So I would put it on this side of the page like that, on the edge. Make your text spot over here. I tried to include some that you could use on either side. This is a bookmark. I left it so that you could embellish it however you want to around the outside. You can do it either way, this way, because this paper in here is non-directional. So you can do whatever you want to with that. So there's the basis of it. A little card put in somewhere. This is another little piece. You can just use this as a tag. You can cover the back. And then just stick it in as a tag or a journaling spot somewhere. Or glue it this side and this side down on the corner of your page and make a text spot like this. Okay. This is just a piece of paper I'm including in here. You can put on the back of a journal card. And this piece here, I think these colors would go with it. You can do whatever you want with this. You can cut it, make little tags out of it. This is supposed to be similar to those strips that Tim Holtz does. You can make them yourself, and that's what I did. I cut a little bit wonky, so you can straighten that out. You can do whatever you want with that, okay? You can do whatever you want with any of this. This is going to be your journal. Should you choose to accept it, okay, there's a little strip I like to put in. I'm going to be sad when I run out of this. I hope I can find some more. Laugh, live, and love. You can use the whole thing together, or you can cut them up and use the individual words. And I'm putting in a whole bunch of laces. Each of these is at least 12 inches long. So there's plenty to work with. You can put them on your pockets, whatever you want to do with them. This piece here you can use by itself, like on the top of a tag. Like you can glue this part down and this would dangle. You can put a gem in the center of it. Okay, and then I cut one of the flowers off of that lace. You can cut, don't be afraid to cut up your laces that you get like this, your trims that come, just use pieces of it. That's so cute. And then this, I love this lace, and I honestly don't remember where I got this. I might have gotten this at Hobby Lobby. That's probably where I got it, actually. So this is a piece of it. This is like 12 inches. Okay, so you can use that on pockets or whatever you want to. It's another beautiful piece of lace. These laces, this lace and this lace I got from Angel Dream Angel Dream Crafts Kim. I always have a hard time with her name, the name of her Etsy shop, but she has gorgeous laces. And I believe I got this from her also. And I don't have a whole lot of this one left. It's a little crinkled there. Okay, and this I believe also I got from her, and this was a loose piece in there. This might be the last piece of this that I had. So that would be very pretty on a pocket. Okay. This, I'm not sure, a friend of mine gave me this ribbon, and so I gave you like, I don't know, there's 20 inches of this. So you can use this on top of your tags or however you want to do it. Shanna makes it. If you watch her, I will link her channel below too. She bought my very first kit that I put out, and she made a video on it the other day. She finally got around to using it, and she's been sick, different things going on, but it just made me smile to watch her making her very first journal with my journal kit, and she did a great job, and just having fun with it. So this too, I'm not sure where I got this, but you have at least 12 inches of that one. And I put this in thinking that maybe you might want to use this on the edge of your journal on the outside. Because after I get my journals together and put the cover on, I always put a piece of lace around the spine to cover up the, when you sew your signatures in, you're going to see the threads and stuff. So unless you want to see those, that would be okay too. So there's that piece, and you can use that or not for that. Piece of this smaller lace that looks really cute on ephemera and pockets and stuff like that. And then I included a piece of this pink seam binding type stuff. Okay, I believe that was out of my mom's sewing stuff. And then this, so lovely. I love this. I believe I've used this like on pockets. You can cover something, make a pocket out of it and cover it, put it across your page, whatever you want to do with it. But it's pink, little lavender, a little of the green in there. So pretty. Okay, and then I also included this piece. It's like burlap, and it's a printed burlap. I don't know where I got this, but it came on a, wound on a piece of card, and so you could make a couple pockets out of this probably, or whatever you want to do. I'd be interested in knowing how you use that. Okay, so there it is. There's the journal kit for this month. I'm going to load this up in my Etsy shop, and it's first come, first serve. Okay, so if you want this, you need to snatch it up, because the first two I put out got snatched up like right away. And I have another one in there too, if you would prefer that one. Okay, and I did do a video on it, I believe last month. So you can go back and watch the video on that. Okay, so there it is. And then these are the papers. So, thank you so much for hanging out with me. And this is my journal kit for, I'm going to call it March because I don't think I put one out for March yet. And this is the 31st. So towards the end of next month, I will do another one. Okay. I wanted to also say about this kit is that it will come in this pouch. And I also decided to include, this is a file folder. This is typically what I use for my covers, unless I use a book cover. And I made it so that it has a small spine in case you want to put 2 signatures in. They will fit in here. If you only want to do one, that's okay too. You could do it like this, because it'll be a pretty big signature. Or if you just want it to fold like this, then you would just need to adjust over here so that I made each side of the spine to be 6 inches across. So you can just flatten it out like that and then cut this other piece off the same. So then you would just put your signature in there. Okay. And the other thing is I also printed off extra. Now some of these were kind of goofs, and so I'm sending you the cutoffs from the goof pages and some extra pages in case you want to, what did I do with that other one? I have another sheet, but you have extra pages in case you want to use these, like one of these for instance, to cover the front of your journal. So when I do this, usually what I do, is I lay it down, this is the front, so that this piece on the front will fold over. And then I cut the corner, and don't come right to the point, because then when you fold it down, the point will show through. So just cut just a tiny bit above that point across. And then the same down here. That would make it a little more even. So then what I do is I glue this, I would glue this whole thing on here. And then you can take another piece and glue either on the top of it or underneath it, or butt it up against there, and come out as far as this one is, about a 1/2 inch or so, 3/4 of an inch, and do the same on the other side. So you have paper that folds over, and then you will fold them up inside, glue them down. Then you could put something down the middle to reinforce the center, piece of Tyvek or tape, and then you can cover it with a piece of fabric. And then you're going to have these pieces on the inside that had been folded over from the front. So then you would take another piece of like cardstock, or since this has a pattern on it, I would just probably use plain cardstock and cut out a piece to cover the inside panel on the inside. So I'm including this if you want to use it. If you don't, that's fine. If you're, have not made a journal before, this would probably be helpful. And then extra papers that you can decorate the cover with. And I think I put the extra one in here already, but you'll have at least two or three pieces that you can decorate the cover with. And then these extra pieces you can make journaling cards, tags, pockets, whatever you want to do with them. Okay, so there's that. And then these are all going in this nice pouch. And I think, yeah, I put those other pieces behind here. So here are the other two pieces that I printed out that you can use on the cover if you want to. Oh, I did 3 of them. So you've got your choice. You can use this for the cover or not if you have something else you want to use, and then you can use these for ephemera or add them in your journal. They would be duplicates of what you already have in there. But you can use make journal cards, whatever you want out of these. Okay, so these are going to be in the back with the extra pieces. These are all coming in this nice pouch. So there you go. First come, first serve. And I will put this in my Etsy today. Okay? All right. And my Etsy shop information is in the description box. All right. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please press the like button and leave me a comment, and I will answer. All right. Thanks. Bye.